was that? Oh.
Hello, Julie.
Oh, Hannah, I'm so glad you've been able to come over. We've been wanting to have this chat for ages.
Absolutely. And really, Julie, I want to find out a little bit more about what you do. So you're a groomer, but you're also a force-free and restraint-free groomer. So what does that really mean?
It means that I don't use any nooses, slings or crates or muzzles in the grooming process. There's none of that in my salon. And force-free, I look for the active participation of the dog in the process.
So, compared to a normal groomer, what is the process like for you?
Once the dog's been welcomed and is allowed to kind of snoop about and explore the environment, then I'll continue with the grooming process. So it's a humane and sensitive way of grooming.
For me, as a force-free dog behavioural specialist, I think it's quite shocking that there's so much force, really. When we love our dogs so much, why wouldn't we also do that with grooming too? So what would you say the benefits are for a puppy or a dog to have a force-free groom versus a regular groom?
Well, I think the benefits are the dog's welfare and putting that first, as stress-free an experience as possible.
And you sometimes work with dogs who are a little bit aggressive towards normal groomers. How does that process work?
First of all, I ask why. Why is that dog exhibiting that behaviour? Is it fear? Something that an experience they've had in the past? So I'll talk to the owner and find out the history. And then we'll just go right back to basics, and I won't go anywhere near a trigger point until we've done some groundwork on trust and use a positive reward system to get to the place where I can actually do the grooming that I want to do.
So it's about having multiple sessions that are really short with lots of positive things. What kind of reinforcers do you use?
I use games and food-based, if the dog is food-based, food-orientated. So we use licky mats and snuffle mat and Kongs, all of those to engage the dog in that positive reward, so that, for example, I might be trimming one part of the dog that's sensitive, but the dog is having a treat at the same time. So it's all good.
And that takes longer, I would imagine, with dogs that are a bit trickier, or?
It does take longer in the first instance, but putting that time in to start with pays dividends in the end, because you're working towards is something where the dog is so comfortable with you, it says, yes, please do my nails for me, Julie.
And I guess they kind of fall in love with you a little bit. That's the hope, isn't it, really? Rather than be processed in and out. So for you, Julie, what do you think needs to change in the world of grooming to facilitate more force-free dog groomers?
I'd like to see the industry change to encourage force-free dog grooming, so that people who are going into the grooming industry have an option to do a force-free, restraint-free module, for example, to have that experience hands-on in a grooming salon that is force-free, so they can see the benefits of it for the dog.
It's hard, isn't it? I think people expect, I want my dog in, I want you to do everything that it needs doing and then get it out, and it needs to be this price, which is really tricky for the dog, isn't it? Because there's no time or space there for the dog to have a problem with the way it's being handled. That's really fascinating. What do your clients say, Julie, about your style of grooming?
I've been quite overwhelmed by the response of my clients. I hear many times, you must have the patience of a saint. And that is about being able to give that dog time to adjust to the question that you're asking it, so that it can respond positively. I'm overwhelmed too by people who say, I never realised that my dog would be going through this kind of experience, because I've allowed the owners to stay. They can stay and watch what I do or take part if they want to. And that it has been a real privilege to see the bond of love and affection between dogs and their owners, and to be part of that.
Fantastic. Julie, thank you so much for meeting with me. It's absolutely fascinating to hear what you do, and I really hope that lots more people are inspired to want to become a force-free dog groomer. And if they did want to journey down that path and get that extra qualification, how could they do that?
Well, I'm absolutely delighted that we've been able to talk about something we both feel so passionate about, and there are going to be links at the end of this video for anybody who's interested in finding out more.
Fab. Good luck with the future. So exciting.